You start with a quote from Luke 1, 1 through 4. I want to read that quote, and then I want you to tell me why this is the very first thing that I greeted. I think it's, is it after your introduction? Oh, it's in the introduction. It's the very first passage we encounter. Many have undertaken to compile a narrative about the events that have been fulfilled among us, just as the original eyewitnesses and servants of the word handed them down to us. So it also seemed good for me, since I have carefully investigated everything from the very first, to write to you in an orderly sequence, most honorable Theophilus, so that you may know the certainty of the things about which you have been instructed. Why would you start to men who are just suffering grief with Luke telling Theophilus why he wrote the gospel?
Because he wanted Theophilus to be certain about the things in which he was instructed, and those things that are outlined in the book of Luke are the person and work of Christ. It's the gospel, the message that in Christ God is for us. And I want men to know, as they walk through miscarriage or any grief, that God is for them in Christ. I want them to be certain of that.
You're doing this, but tell me what that certainty will then look like in the life of a husband who has just gone through something he never wanted, can't control, and he's dealing with that. He's also has responsibilities to love a wife who is dealing with that. There's ways in which their experience is the same and their experience is different. So what does certainty look like for this man?
Well, I hope I answer that question in the rest of the book. But in big picture, I think what it looks like is I don't need to be afraid to admit my weakness, my insufficiency, my fear, my grief, my sorrow. I don't need to be afraid to display that to my God, to my wife, to my children, to my friends. It's a confidence that Jesus is the man of sorrows who is acquainted with grief. That he, as we see throughout the Gospel of Luke, he loves suffering people. And he's not afraid to touch them, to be with them, and he is a suffering person.